is the man in charge. He's the man in the middle in the yellow jersey. Leeds, in their change strip, will play from right to left. And Jack Walker, the hat-trick hero of last week's victory, he gets us underway. And the kick-off straight into the arms of Johnny Lomax. And here comes Luke Thompson, the first drive. And what a drive it is on this match.
Quality player, isn't he, Luke Thompson? And I know Leeds Rhinos, there's an awful lot of talking about don't wait for Saints, and they've got to be physical but not making any rash decisions early on in this game. We want to make sure that they go hard up the middle when the likes of Walmsley, Thompson, James Roby have the ball. Because we all know that what Saints can do when they play on the front foot, they rise to the occasion. They've got some big game players, and Leeds need to control them early on.
Dominic Peru will get to his feet. He's been impressive in the opening couple of weeks of the season. Gets it away to Morgan Knowles. That's Lomax. There is Lachlan Coote, and he gets it away to Mark Percival, the England international. Good defence, though, from the Leeds Rhinos. Roller here was in there very quickly, so too Liam Sutcliffe. This now is Lomax, and he'll hoist the ball high into the night sky here at St Helens. Claimed by Jack Walker. Roby with the tackle, quickly off him. Quick play the ball, and Tom Briscoe will cart it forward about 4 or 5 metres before he is grounded by Walmsley and company.
Eddie, we remembered two greats before the game. Well, we've got two greats on the pitch at the moment, two great sides, two great clubs, and there's an injury here now to a player. Is it Dominic Peru just roll out the back there?
Time off, tackle 4.
It's Kevin Nagama, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Me, please, 4.
This is an early blow for Saints. You see, bang on the head there, and that could be the end of Kevin Nagama tonight.
I think it's Luke Thompson who catches him as he swings round, making the tackle on Ashanley. He just catches. Oh, he actually slaps him in the face, don't know whether he pokes him in the eye. Kevin Nagama.
Well, I think they will have to take him off the field, and this is a very early blow for St Helens. Just 1 minute 26 seconds of the match gone.
It's about that time when he scored, didn't he? We came here for the first game of the season at about a similar time. He went over the line with his first touch. His first tackle's not been as much fun today.
93 seconds it was against Wigan.
Similar time, the two doctors here, doctor and physio, Saints on the field.
He's got a poke in the eye.
Yeah, you can just see he's just trying to get his focus back. The doctor, physio talking to him, just touching his left eye. I'm really looking forward to that battle between Conrad Hurrell and Kevin Nagama tonight.
Let's hoping he's getting back on his feet. You know, we've got two great sides. Can you remember last year, the last time these sides met? 23-22 to St Helens. It was a classic, wasn't it? A drop goal in the last minute. Got a poke caught in the eye in almost the first minute here. That could take one of the players off the field, but Leeds, I think, started to show that they are getting back to the best. It was fantastic. They scored 8 tries last week, and Dave Ferner must have been very happy, because not only were there 8 tries, there was class and quality in those. They scored 26 points in the last 24 minutes of a game, and it takes a good team to be able to do that. Every side can come up with a lucky try here and there, but the speed and the strike that they had in that final quarter of the game was phenomenal.
Might be a problem for St Helens if Nagama has to leave the field, because you look at the bench, they've got 4 big men there: Paulo, McCarthy, Scarsbrook, Amor and Lees. Looks like Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook is stripping off and ready to come on. They can of course play Dominic Peru in the centres if they need to.
He's played in the centre as well, Eddie.
I've seen LMS in the centre. It's been really interesting to see how teams are making up that 17. A lot of teams choosing to load up the bench with big men. When that rotation happens, big men.
Well, this is a problem for Nagama, that is obvious. Maybe he just can't see out of that left eye at the moment.
I think there's fear, isn't it, whenever he gets an injury to the eye, the person himself will be shocked, and just to make sure, just be reassured here by the medics.
When you get to Markham, make sure you're 4.
It's not looking great for him, and McCarthy Scarsbrook is prowling the sideline, waiting to come on. Remember, it will be his 250th St Helens appearance. He's great for the club, both on and off the field. A real bubbly character is Louis.
Full of energy, isn't he?
And his try last week won the match for them at Wakefield with 2 minutes to go. So he's taken the decision, he's coming on.
He's so enthusiastic, and that's sad. Kevin Nagama would have been looking forward to the battle with Conrad Hurrell tonight, and having to leave the field so early on.
and the victim of friendly fire as well from Luke Thompson. So he'll go off. The eye injury will be assessed along with everything else. And then they will have to wait and see if the St Helens supporters see him at any other stage during the course of the evening. A long stoppage at the start of this first half, then the start of the match. He's left the field, on we go.
We're lining up already in the centre position, Louis McCarthy.
Last. Move now. Hold me, hold.
Brad Dwyer is the dummy half for the Leeds Rhinos. He gets the ball away
40.
to Lola here, and he kicks it long and high. And Regan Grace is underneath it for Saints. He'll run it back. Good night for Regan Grace as well. 60th appearance, 31 tries so far, so better than an average of a try every other game for Regan Grace. And he takes his place on the wing as this attack develops with Makinson.
There could be a strong carries, first of all from Percival, then from Makinson.
Now Morgan Knowles, back it comes to Theo Farge. First touch for Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. But good defence from Conrad Hurrell. That's the sort of challenge that faces him now this evening. Coote gets the ball away to Farge, who's Alex Walmsley. Last tackle coming up for the Saints. Referee Robert Hicks with the arm raised in the air. And McCarthy Scarsbrook, that's good hands to Makinson. Not the best kick, it came off the legs of Ash Handley, and Leeds have the possession back.
And that's the difference between a makeshift centre and a guy that's just stepping in LMS with the big frame of Conrad Hurrell in front of him. Tries to catch and pass and release his winger. And Leeds have to work hard away from their own line. We'll see how that reshuffling of the back line for Saints will affect them.
Trent Merrin played the ball to Brad Dwyer. This here is Nathaniel Petterou, his third successive start. He never achieved that before in Leeds colours. Dwyer again. Solid defensively though from both sides, still to get to the halfway line Leeds, but the ball goes high into the air, spiralling everywhere, and it's claimed by Lachlan Coote. Try and bring this ball back.
And these are the players that you need to control from Saints. Like to Tommy Makinson, look, straight and hard. He's got some speed going into contact, lands on his front. And all of a sudden, look at this man. He just ramps up every time. Sets his line, runs hard, no footwork.
Down the left-hand side they go with Lomax. Dwyer with an important tackle. He was almost through there, Johnny Lomax. There's Roby. This now Farge, Knowles, Walmsley. To the 10-metre line and then pushed back. The ball hits the ground, but it went backwards. Play on. Morgan Knowles might capitalise on this loose carry. Last one coming up here for the Saints. 10 metres out, Farge stabs the ball forward. Conrad Hurrell's knocked it on, and he's given it to Theo Farge, who slides his way over the line. Now then, there's a couple of things here for Robert Hicks and video referee Chris Kendall. They have swapped roles from last night. He has a try on the field. Last night at Wakefield, Robert was in the truck and Chris Kendall was in the middle. It's vice versa here tonight, but Chris Kendall has to decide whether he goes with Robert Hicks's decision or changes it. Theo Farge hopes it's the former.
Eddie, I think it's a double movement. He catches the ball off a rebound from Conrad Hurrell, gets stopped short. They're looking through everything to see if there's an issue before that pick-up from Conrad Hurrell. But if the play carries on here, the tackle is made, the ball carrying arm hits the ground, and I think he promotes it, but we'll wait and see.
Well, Hurrell loses possession and Theo Farge is there on the spot. Does well to take it, still under pressure from the Tongan centre. Looks up, spots the try line, knows he's got to get through and over some defenders.
Can you?
No, that's an interesting one, Stuart. What would your opinion be of what we've just seen and what we're seeing again here?
Well, you've got to try and work out where the tackle was complete, which is probably in that position. And you can see there's a second movement of the ball being lifted up and then putting down on the line.
Do you have to see this at full speed?
Well, they should look at it at full speed. The thing that slightly confuses this, from the video referee's point of view, is that he ends up over the line with his momentum. And you see it from there, he's ended up over the line. So at full speed, I would give that try because his torso is over the line and he's entitled to put the ball down once he's over the line.
Well, the man who's making the decision for real is Chris Kendall. What does he say? with Robert Hicks's version on the field. So Saints have lost a player in the shape of Kevin Nagama, but they've got the first try, courtesy of the French international Theo Farge, who has started the season impressively. He's taken Danny Richardson's place in this side.
Well, Justin Holbrook's given him the starting shirt, and I think he's played very well. He has to do a decent job here. You look at the size of Conrad Hurrell. He loses the ball, and then Theo Farge, not the biggest, gets taken to ground. He's got to jump back up, find his feet, get to the try line. And that's a decent effort from the young Frenchman.
What about the effort from Theo Farge? Gets knocked over, gets back up, recovers the ball, and does his best to score a try for his side.
Mark Percival then has taken over the goal-kicking responsibilities this year. 5 goals from 9 attempts in the first 2 rounds. And he's missed with his first attempted kick a goal. So 4-0 to St Helens. Stuart, the people watching this at home will know that we always say ball carrying arm hits the ground, tackle is completed if there's a hand on him.
The tackle's completed when the momentum of that tackle stops. So even if he hits the ground early, his momentum's still going, and it's probably contributed to by the Leeds tacklers pushing him backwards. But his torso ends up over the ground, the ball's off the ground, he can put it down. It also shows the value of looking at things at normal speed in that situation.
4 tries in his last 4 home games against the Leeds Rhinos for Theo Farge.
Well, about 30 years ago, Hull FC were the top team in rugby league in this country. They had a French halfback, Patrick Hornta was his name. Not a lot of people knew about him, but he did a remarkable job in taking that team and making them what they were. And this season, Theo Farge might be the man here to lead St Helens to the grand final.
Well, a lot of people raised their eyebrows when Justin Holbrook decided not to put Danny Richardson in the starting lineup from the start of the season. Richardson is actually on dual registration with Lee in the championship, and that is an almighty come down for him, with all due respect to the Centurions. Meanwhile, this is Percival. Or maybe he should have passed that ball inside to Johnny Lomax.
Well, he knows, he could tell from the reaction from the left centre. Mark Percival, he should have let that go.
Lachlan Coote with a crossfield kick off the left boot, looking for Makinson, and finding McCarthy Scarsbrook. He tips the ball back inside, the ball all over the place, knocked on. Jack Walker picks it up, danger averted for Leeds.
He looks like he's got an awful lot of time, doesn't he, Lachlan Coote? You want to watch him when he's under pressure. He delivers that pass, quality player at the back.
That pass should have gone goal. We'll see the offload at the end of the set for St Helens, but when Percival makes that break, he had support and he had to bait that pass to Johnny Lomax. Try gone begging for St Helens.
Early lead for Warrington. They're at Huddersfield tonight. Huddersfield bottom of the table. Warrington up amongst the leaders, along with St Helens. This is Dwyer. Myler drops the ball off to Petteru.
He's got to get over that advantage line. Petteru.
Saints have restricted Leeds inside their own half again at the end of that set. The kick straight down the middle of the field from Myler into the arms of Lachlan Coote. And here comes Regan Grace again. Age 2 and age 3 has seen space. Look at this from Regan Grace. Taking on Walker, the young fullback does very well.
Isn't he an exciting play, Grace, when he gets the ball?
Here's Peru. Down the middle they go. Leeds desperately trying to get back in numbers in defence as Thompson fires the pass to Lomax. They go wide to Coote, over the top to Regan Grace, who started all this mayhem for the Saints. Back on his left wing position now, brought to ground on tackle number 3.
How has he got back over there so quickly?
He's a bit quicker than us, Barry.
Sensational break.
Lomax, short ball, Percival, back it comes to Lomax, knocked on by Lomax. Oh, the referee is right, the tackle came clean. He says it was touched by a Leeds hand, and the try is given. 2 tries in quick succession for the Saints. There's a delighted fan, and there's a delighted standoff. Johnny Lomax's second try of the season, and that was begun by a sensational run from Regan Grace.
Unbelievable break from the winger on his left side. Evades a few defenders. There's plenty of bodies in front of him, but this is just pace, speed, afterburners, takes the tackle, and then he can be forgiven for having a bit of a rest and meandering his way back in position, but he doesn't do that. Urgency from the winger. Nice offload from Percival. There is an offload. There is a hand in there from Leeds, but I've no problem with this.
It's Petteru. Petteru knocks that ball back towards his try line, and the opportunist Johnny Lomax right on the spot. Both half-backs for Saints Started the season off well, started this game off well, and they're both the players that have scored the opening tries.
So Lomax and Grace, in old-fashioned terms, the 6 and 7 for St Helens, wearing 1 and 6 tonight, but playing standoff and scrum half. And they have given them a great start to this match, and Percival will add the extras and sends it 10-0 up in as many minutes.
It's no surprise. We have 15 games in the Super League so far this season. More than twice as many tries have been scored on the left-hand side of the field to the right. Teams love to attack that side, and again, Saints have converted into chances. One of the features of St Helens last season was their ability in the opening 10 minutes, particularly at home, to take control of a game, to play faster and stronger than their opponents, and that's clearly been the case here tonight. 10 minutes gone, 10-0 up, and complete control. Leeds have to dig deep.
Oh, that ball has found its way onto the touchline over on that far side. It was a wickedly swirling kickoff. Percival caught on the wrong foot, loses it, backwards it goes, and then over the line, as you see.
Well, they need something, don't they, the Rhinos? The opening 10 minutes is all in Saints' favour. Mark Percival backing off, needed, whether it was a clear shot from Zeb Tate, he was in a perfect position just to take a step forward, catch the ball.
Great kickoff. Great kickoff. Hung and swung in the air. Fooled Mark Percival. Head and feed to the Leeds Rhinos. Myler. Hurrell. This guy's claws him down. Hanley is the dummy half, left-hand side. Coming into centre field now with Myler to Dwyer. Stevie Ward got away from Luke Thompson, didn't get away from the next three. Dwyer again. Myler, back it comes to Lola here. Good ball to Liam Sutcliffe. Myler again. Good defence. No way through for Brett Ferris. Dwyer once more. Merrin gives it to Myler. He's attacking the line. Back it comes to Jack Walker. Walker goes wide. Callum Watkins. Great Leeds try. Great response. And it all came about as a result of the kickoff. 5-6 tackles later, Leeds are over the line. David Ferner delighted with the response to what has been for Leeds a pretty dodgy start, conceding 10 points rather in as many minutes. But they're back in the hunt here.
Well, what they needed the ball, they needed it in Saints' half, and it comes about from this mistake from Mark Percival. Couldn't take it in. Leeds get the field position that they're after, and Trent Merrin delivers a brilliant ball there, I think, to Richie Myler that creates the space out wide. Jack Walker, he plays with his instincts, but look at that ball there. The offloading game from Merrin last week when he played against Salford caused problems, and the man at the back, Jack Walker, scored 3 tries. Big build-up and a good play.
It looks very similar to Ryan Hampshire last night for Wakefield, where he has 3 versus 2, he runs through a gap, and a nice, delicate, mature pass from Walker to Callum Watkins, who was so impressive last week. Just getting that little bit better, 10% better each time he plays against the captain.
Yeah, back in action this year at the start of the campaign. Back in action for the first time since last May when he injured a knee against Castleford in the Magic weekend. So here is Lolo here then to try and add the extra 2. 10 goals from him, career best 7 from 9 last week. And he's kicked that one. It sort of scraped the bar almost, but it doesn't matter. It got over the top of the crossbar and Leeds back within 4 points, 10-6.
Well, Regan Grace gets every St Helens fan out of the seat when his team have got the ball. I think he gets the St Helens coach out of his seat when he don't, because he's certainly run past the attackers there. Almost looked like he was playing fullback for the Rhinos. He's got to learn to get that right, tighten up that side and make it a bit more difficult for Callum Watkins to run in those situations.
132 tries for Callum Watkins in 244 appearances for the Leeds Rhinos. Boy, they missed him last year. Happy that he's back though. When you consider last year he got 7 tries and 37 goals in just 16 appearances last year. That's the value of that man.
There's no doubt how important he is to this Rhinos side, but Sam Tompkins made a wonderful point. Now they're a 2-sided team. They've got Conrad Hurrell over on the left, who's a good attacking threat and needs, because of his presence, needs some attention, and then over on the right, Callum Watkins.
don't know whether you spotted that in the tackle that Luke Thompson was involved in. He chinned another one of his own players there. I think he got Zeptea this time. Myler will hoist the kick high. You might have seen Warrington are ahead by 10 points to 0. That ball has hit the ground. That's going to be 6 to go, is it? No, it's going to be the turnover. It's going to knock on.
Well, it was Myler that kicked the ball. He gets forward. He tries to just tap it through. Comes up with the possession, but it wasn't played for by a Saints player.
Well, Stevie Ward is leaving the field. His 99th start tonight for Leeds, and that's an unhappy picture. Super League debut as a substitute against St Helens here in a big defeat in 2012. And he doesn't look terribly good, Stevie Ward. Another man who has been plagued by injury throughout his career. And that's a big loss because he's good on his feet, he's quick and a real asset to the Leeds Rhinos. This, meanwhile, is Zeptea for Saints. He will play the ball to Roby. There's Walmsley, and he finds Knowles. Little flick pass comes off the fingertips of Farge, but went backwards. And then a nothing kick, really, to end from Theo Farge. Following up to try and get Walker down and succeeds.
It was good pressure from Leeds Rhinos, though. They were applying that pressure, getting off the line, kicking on the fourth play, Theo Farge, because nothing was on from a couple of scrappy offloads that hit the ground.
And there's the change that's been made. Stevie Ward has gone off. Cuthbertson, who started in the front row against Salford last week, he's on the field. They're playing with 3 middlemen now, Merrin, Petteru and Adam Cuthbertson, with those dangerous offloads he has in his game.
He turns 34 on Sunday, does Adam Cuthbertson. Happy birthday to him for the weekend and everyone else who has a birthday on Sunday. Regan Grace is after this, but it's been knocked forward.
Turnover.
So that's the turnover.
Well, Tom Briscoe does everything right apart from get the ball backwards. He rises above Regan Grace, looking to tap it back into Callum Watkins and Liam Sutcliffe's arms, but he couldn't do that. But still, not a bad place to turn over the ball, 80 metres away from your try line.
Liam, get closer.
Leeds top scorer in 2018 with 18 tries, Tom Briscoe. He only missed 1 throughout the whole of last season, the Leeds right wing.
He's marking up against Regan Grace. We've already seen him and his influence in this match so far. Durable winger, only missed 1 game since he made his debut in that derby match against Wigan.
3 matches live in the Betfred Super League on Sky Sport this weekend. The third one, as you've just seen, tomorrow. And the Broncos against the Castlewood Tigers. 5 o'clock on Sky Sports Arena for that. Here we're at St Helens on this Friday night. That's a delicate little dink over the top, and Briscoe with a bit of work to do. He's lost the ball. I think Lomax has come up with his 2nd try of the match. But again,
we've got a turnover of possession.
Robert Hicks, he's given a try in the field, but he wants everything confirming because, to be fair to him, the ball was in front of him and was, I think, blocked off his view by a couple of grounded players. Need a few things to check, though, here, fellas.
There's so many players in motion, haven't they? Lachlan Coote spots some space. He kicks on the 4th play. He sees the space behind Jack Walker and Briscoe. Briscoe picks up this ball cleanly.
Eventually, then it is.
Yeah. And then the defence, Coote's the man who's kicked the ball. He comes in, he hits him.
Or does he steal it, and is it a 2-man tackle?
Well, he definitely strips it. It's whether Mark Percival's touching Briscoe. Have a little look now. Lachlan Coote's coming in on the left-hand side.
Well, Terry, if he strips it forward, whether there's 1 or 2 men anyway, hasn't it? So it's a knock-on from St Helens. It's gone forwards off that.
It's either a knock-on or a penalty. A 2-man tackle, you think, Stuart?
Yeah, there's 2 players in the tackle. We can just see the 2nd player just comes in and places a hand on just before the ball comes out. You can see it coming in now. There's the contact, and the ball's still in possession. Then it comes out. So this should be a no try with a penalty to Leeds for the 2-on-1 ball steal.
Well, that's a real escape for the Leeds Rhinos. They just got themselves back into the match, and this one is going to be chalked off, I think, by video referee Chris Kendall. Press the button and it turns red. It's no try.
More questions being asked by St Helens. They get to the end, putting enormous pressure under Tom Briscoe. Probably should have done a little bit better with that, the experienced winger. But look at the bodies. Look at the Saints players in the frame, challenging, testing.
They've always been known over the years for being an expansive side and like to throw the ball around. But what they are as well, they are a good defensive side. They're big, they're physical up front, they've got some class out wide.
This line's good. Let's go.
Leeds then trying to work the ball from one end of the field to the other. It's a big hit.
Keep coming out.
Morgan Knowles it was.
On Petteru.
Puts himself about Morgan Knowles. There's Walmsley. I said before the game, they've got the best front row in the game for me with Walmsley, Roby and Thompson. But if you add Morgan Knowles, who seamlessly slipped into the role that John Wilkin had for so long, they're a formidable pack, St Helens.
4 tackles gone. Leeds only 30 metres away from the line. They started on the 10-metre line as well after that penalty. And they don't make too much progress there with Brad Dwyer. The last tackle again. This kick has to be good from Lola here. It's high, it's down the middle, and straight into the arms of Lachlan Coote.
Well, you're always looking for distance, but you just look at the 3 shirts at the back. And Coote making some grace, ready to attack, ready to pouch the ball. More or less impossible for Lola here to find some space. That comes on the back of some decent defence as well, look. Got to credit the Saints for keeping them down there. And again, the willingness to work from the wingers.
Legs went up in the air then. But they seem to have been deemed to have put Makinson on his back. So play on is the call, and this is Zeb Teya.
I've never seen a 20 minutes of rugby where one team have persistently attacked. Look again, left-hand side. The right centre, right winger haven't had a run there. Wormsley, they're staying in that channel. They're trying to bash through that side of the field.
Tackle wasn't complete. Wormsley got the ball away to Farge. That tackle's complete. Brad Dwyer doing well to combat the threat. Last challenge here, last tackle rather here for Saints. Crossfield kick picked up by Makinson. Nicely got away also to Luke Thompson. That was good work from McCarthy Scarsbrook, finding a new role in life in the centres at 33.
So he's athletic, isn't he, LMS? Again, here now Saints will try to apply the pressure themselves here. They get the spacings right, get off the line, take it to the wrecking ball here.
On the way, go.
Away goes Jack Walker.
Go.
Well, we've seen Stevie Ward leaving the field, hobbling off, injured, and we've got the injury news coming in from Angela Powers on pitch side.
It's not looking good for Stevie Ward at all. It's very unlikely he'll come back on. He's got a right knee injury. They're still assessing him now, but very unlikely he'll come back on. That was a big blow for him, and for him personally as well as for the team. And bad news as well for St Helens is that Nakama won't be coming back on. He's failed a concussion test.
Well, it looked like a poke in the eye to us, but he didn't move, I must say, when he got the bang from Luke Thompson. So his left eye, it looks like he's been in with Chris Eubank Jr., doesn't he?
We assume it's the eye, could be the eye socket, could be the cheekbone. It looks nasty, there's a lot of swelling.
Well, it looks like Stevie Ward's night's over, and it looks like Kevin Nakama's night is definitely over.
Keep coming, Conrad.
This is Roby. Kicking on tackle 4, going for the corner. He's going to find the touchline as well. He is so consistent, this guy. I mean, St Helens should wrap him up in cotton wool for 6 days of the week, shouldn't they?
He's just a complete player, isn't he? He's an excellent player. He knows how to play, he knows when to play. Comes off the back of a run from Matty Lees. What he's got in front of him is he's got 2 starting prop forwards, likes of Walmsley and Thompson, who get forward. He knows when to go. On the bench, he's got Kyle Amor, Matty Lees. When they come on the field, they still keep the intensity at a high level.
He gets to play for 80 minutes, which is something I'm amazed. A lot of Super League sides seem to have 2 hookers. They can't decide which one to pick. If you look at the last 2 winners of the NRL, the Roosters and the Melbourne Storm, both have guys who play for 80 minutes. James Roby, St Helens were the best side last year. He plays for 80 minutes. Now tonight we get to see Leeds here because they don't have Parcell fit. Brad Dwyer starts the game. Maybe he'll finish it, and I think that's an issue really here now for them. Who is their best hooker, and whichever one it is, in my opinion, leave him out there.
Well, they might have to do that tonight, but Cameron Smith is on the bench. Muller here goes wide and finds Briscoe. He tries to get around Regan Grace, and he does. Tom Briscoe tackled initially by Grace, finished off by Lachlan Coote. He'll get to his feet and play it to Callum Watkins. This is Lola here again. Booms the pass into centre field to Myler. He misses out one man and finds Ferris. This is Conrad Horrell. Horrell will not be stopped. That was a mismatch in weight between Theo Farge and Conrad Horrell. And Conrad Horrell, who is really finding his feet in the UK here now. He got 2 tries last week in the win at Salford. He's got a try here tonight against St Helens. And after a 10-0 start to Saints, Leeds have levelled it up at 10 apiece.
Well, over on the right, Leeds Rhinos broke this defensive line of St Helens. Regan Grace done for footwork. Tom Briscoe takes the tackle. And you're right to reference the tries that he scored last week, Conrad Horrell. The second one was a carbon copy of this. Ball in 2 hands, deciding whether or not to use his winger, Ash Hamlett, goes into contact, keeps those big thighs of his pumping going through, and he's good enough to get the ball down for a try.
It's more or less impossible for Theo Farge to stop him, isn't it? You give him early ball, you get a defensive line that's heading towards the sideline, and they're never going to stop him. At least you've got to be squared on, you've got to get your body in front, you've got to have your hips and your shoulders aiming up at him. It's a huge man, Conrad Horrell, and a big Leeds favourite.
Already 3 tries in the 2019 Betfred Super League season. Just 2 tries throughout the course of the whole of last year for Gold Coast in the NRL. Well, here then to try and add the X's and put Leeds ahead, and he's done exactly that. That's a tremendous kick from Tuilola here. 7 from 9 last week, and off the mark here.
Well, St Helens for me have been the best team in this match, but what good sides do are hang in when they're not particularly doing well, and what great teams do is actually get ahead when perhaps they've been outplayed. Leeds are starting to look to me like a great team again. They scored tries through brilliant class last week. They showed an ability to hang on in there and strike with the limited chances they've had. They've converted them, and that army of supporters who've confidently made their way over here thinking that, well, maybe you never know, we could do what we did last year, are starting to grow in belief.
Yes, they are. They would normally be here in greater numbers than this, but when you consider for Leeds it's their 4th away trip of the season in the first 4 weeks of the campaign, I think we can excuse them for being a little bit light on numbers. I bet the place Headingley will be bursting at the seams next week against Wakefield. Look at this from Brad Dwyer meanwhile.
That's what he brings. Off the cuff rugby, getting forward.
Ferris gets it away to that man Horrell again. Bounces 3 out of the way. Has support from Myler. Myler keeps the ball alive and finds Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson fires the pass to Lola here. They're going down the right-hand side now. On the bounce it finds Tom Briscoe. That's great defence. But it's still in play, and that is Zed Taylor coming in to finish off Callum Watkins. Well done, Regan Grace, initially. Here's Lola here again. They've lost a few metres here, to say the least, at the Rhinos, as Merrin goes down, plays it on the last. Myler just pokes the kick up into the air. Coots after it, it's knocked backwards. Jack Walker has it, he knocks it backwards as well. Here is Singleton. Singleton then to Merrin. This is Dwyer. This will be something special if they score. Lola here with a kick behind. Regan Grace dumps the ball over the line. Sensational play from David Firma's men. Goal line dropout coming up.
And it's really hard to defend against unpredictable play. First of all, Conrad Horrell over on the left-hand side. Starts it all off. He gets forward. He links up with Richie Myler. Tom Briscoe, who's having a great game over on the right-hand side. But I think that man's causing some problems. You don't know what's going to go on. The offloading game from the likes of Trent Merrin, like I said before, against Salford last week, 5 offloads he got away. Everyone talked about Adam Cuthbertson, but now the man's Merrin.
Goal line dropout straight to Myler. Here goes Cuthbertson again. Oops, nearly a mess, but Dwyer made sure it wasn't, because Matty Lees was hunting a mistake then from Leeds with no one standing behind the play of the ball. Merrin will play it. This is Myler. Myler gets the ball away. Here's Horrell again. He's unstoppable. He is unstoppable. But is it a knock-on? It is.
Forward pass.
Oh, a forward pass.
They called it straight away, the referee.
He's as baffled, confused, bothered and bewildered as I am.
Disappointed more than anything. There's the forward pass, no doubt. Lola here, under pressure. tips it on.
That's what we have to do, mate.
And again, we see the power, don't we, of
Let's get
Conrad
back,
Harold.
please.
There's the forward pass.
Let's get back.
You're not stopping that lad
Tight head.
with 10 metres to go, and David Ferner knows what an asset he's got on either side now.
It wasn't much. It wasn't much.
One.
But forward, I suppose.
And credit LMS for coming up with that defensive effort and getting in the eye line of Lola here.
Oh, they've given the ball away again here, sloppily. It's Watkins. Important tackle that was by Thompson. This is Lola here on the charge. Comes Singleton. Leeds are bossing it. Right now, they started slowly, 10-0 down after 10 minutes, back in front, 27 minutes on the clock. Here's another chance. Where's Hurrell? There he is.
That is okay.
And Lachlan Coote deals with the threat on this occasion. Myler wants it in centre field, as you saw. His arms are raised. He gets it. He gives the ball to Dwyer. Merrin again. Merrin smuggles the ball back. Here is Myler. Ferris. Hurrell tips it on. Forward again. Another try chalked off. This time for Ash Handley. Well, they're knocking on the door, Leeds, and sooner or later you get the feeling they might just kick it down.
Well, Eddie, who's your go-to man in this sort of field position? 10, 15 metres from the line, who's the go-to man? It's Conrad Hurrell, because if he doesn't go through the line himself, he's going to attract defenders, and there's going to be space out wide.
And people have talked about how fit and athletic Brett Ferris looks at the beginning of 29. He's played an imperative part, a really important part in what's happened over on this left side.
Shot clock off.
Giving the big man early ball
Out.
and drawing defenders in when he's not.
Barry said that
One.
Callum Watkins has improved 10% every game.
Hold
Just how much have Leeds improved since we saw them play at Wigan? That second game. If David Ferner can continue this rate of progression, this is going to be the team to, not only the team to beat, but the team to watch, because they're starting to really move the ball and excite the fans again.
You're right, and how have they improved since the 10th minute of this match? In the last 18, 19 minutes has been very much Leeds's. They've scored a couple and they've had two disallowed
Hold here.
for forward passes. Peru, they've just conceded a penalty for a ball steal.
Get to me, Brad.
Improving in attitude, that's what the coach wanted, David Ferner.
Ninth Leeds coach in Super League, Dave Ferner, and the fourth Australian
All the way.
to have the reins.
Wait.
Got quite a man to follow with Brian McDermott.
Listen to the call.
Annual trip to Old Trafford.
Mistake there.
They're
Defensive
harrying
pressure.
Saints. They are.
Defensive pressure, getting up from the outside, making those passes, hurried passes. Lachlan Coote been so impressive so far. The ball's on the floor.
Let's get here, please.
Only Lomax can't get a hold of it. Justin Holbrook getting some messages down.
Calm
David
down, I
Fer-
think he said. They're forcing the pace, aren't they? Trying to force the pace.
They're being made to force the pace, and you talked about David Ferner. He's at the very beginning of a process for Leeds Rhinos. It's going to take some time to implement his thoughts and philosophies on this team, but I've seen quite a few flashes of it so far.
I've already told you about 3 Betfred Super League matches we've brought you this weekend. The third one tomorrow in London. We have then a championship match, Lee against Toronto, Sunday, 3 o'clock, Sky Sports Arena. As the unbeaten Wolfpack try and maintain their record at Leeds Centurions. Team that was in Super League not long ago against the team that wants to be in Super League this time next year. Well, they probably both do, to be fair, but Toronto seem to have all the wherewithal to maybe get there this year, although we were saying that 12 months ago, weren't we? And London made us all think twice. Lola here, this is the last. Stabs the ball in, looking for Walker. That ball has come free. Oh, and it's come free again. Well, what a schmozzle that was.
Now then, who was the first knock on?
Well, it doesn't matter. The referee's given a goal line dropout.
He's got a good short kicking game, hasn't he, Lola here? Oh, he sets that up nicely, doesn't he, for Jack Walker?
I think he says there was no knock-ons, which seems a bit bizarre, but
I think there's about 6.
yeah.
I think the first one was probably Lachlan Coote there, just losing the ball into Walker. But Leeds are going to get the ball back anyway.
Come on, guys, get behind the line. Let's go.
Well, someone on the second row of the stands there might have got that ball fair and square in the mush. Makinson was taking no chances.
10 seconds. Shot
So
clock
goal
off.
line
Time off.
dropout. by Lachlan Coote. Gets as far as Handley. And here now comes big Mikolaj Oledzki.
Hold. Go.
Cuthbertson helps it on to Singleton.
Move. Hold me.
Got some size and power out there on the field now with Singleton, Cuthbertson, Oledzki, Merrin.
Okay.
Oh, great offload off the deck. Here's Myler. Hurrell. Look out. Slipped under the challenge.
Hold. Go free.
Myler beckoning somebody to him. That someone is Oledzki. Takes it in. Tries to run around Matterley's two, well, three great young forwards there. Leeds, Knowles and Oledzki. Good play by Dwyer, halted by Farge. Here's Ferris. Hurrell again. Great ball. Hanley, great try. Left-hand side for Leeds. And Leeds have scored 16 unanswered points. And with 7.5 minutes to the half-time break, they've established a 6-point lead. And since the 10th minute, Leeds have been, well, remarkable the way that they have come back off the canvas and landed a few punches themselves.
Eddie, it's the late offload here from Cuthbertson. Look, 2 players in attendance. Johnny Lomax turns around to run up, thinking that the play's over. And Conrad Hurrell, I said before, he's a magnet. When he's got the ball, defenders want to bite him. They know how dangerous he is. Try to stop him, but he's got good hands as well for a big man. And it's a nice little soft pass to Ash Handley, who just holds his position on the wing.
It's beautiful to watch if you're a Leeds fan, but Justin Holbrook will be fuming with his team. When you read some of the comments in the build-up of this match, he said, we cannot allow Leeds the freedom to play. And from about 5 or 6 minutes, that's what they've had. Freedom to play, get the offloads away. I'm sure when he talks to his team at half-time, he'll say, look, let's clamp that ball and let's do what we focused on during the week's preparation.
Well, Lola here, with Handley's try being scored in the corner, has another difficult conversion attempt coming up here, but, well, he kicked it from about this position not too long ago. This for an 8-point lead after a 10-point trail. Well, they stay at 6. Saints 10, Leeds 16. Handley's 7th try in Leeds' last 5 Super League visits to this ground.
Well, Keith Senior, left centre for Leeds, used to be the fans' favourite. This guy now playing in that position is the fans' favourite and the cult hero, I think. They usually make up a song, don't they, for the amongst the South Stand supporters at Leeds. I'm sure they'll be coming up with something for Conrad Hurrell when we eventually get to see him play back at Headingley, their famous home ground. Conrad Hurrell's made a massive impression on the Leeds supporters and in fact the Super League so far.
Yeah, he's certainly one of Super League's marquee signings this year, Conrad Hurrell. This is Myler, and he gets it away to Cuthbertson. He carts it forward again. He's a difficult man to put down, and even when you think you've got him, he manages to get the offload away, just as he did in the build-up to that Handley try a few minutes ago. This is Ferris again.
Nice feet from Ferris. Saw the defender coming towards him. I think it was LMS. Skipped away.
Here he goes again.
He didn't skip away.
He's lost the ball.
It's been stolen.
He's been good at that at the start of the year, Conrad Hurrell. A nice tight line in behind the back of the player, the ball, and you can see there are hands in.
Well, this is a brilliant opportunity here now for Leeds really to press on the advantage. 6 points ahead. They're 20 metres from the line here now. We're going into the last 5 minutes of it. They really are on top. In sport, you really do have to take your advantages when it's in your favour. This is a fantastic opportunity to extend the lead before half-time.
I think that decision went for Leeds then because it looked like a loose carry from up here, but the Rhinos will not be complaining. Here is Singleton. He goes down 7 metres maybe from the line. We'll play it here to Dwyer. Fires the ball to Myler. It's the big fellow. Ferris.
Goal line. Hold.
Inching ever closer. The Rhinos as Myler finds Dwyer in the middle of the park. He then gives it to Lola here. This is Sutcliffe.
4. Move, Johnny.
Good low down tackle from Zeb Teyer. Dwyer once again. That's the ball away. It's brilliantly picked up. Is that Oledzki?
Yeah,
Yes.
He's just short, isn't he? Or is he on the line? He's on the line! Mikolaj Oledzki is on the line, and Leeds have got another try. What a comeback! 10-0 down. They now lead by 10 themselves. themselves Nikolai Oletsky with the latest of them. 4-year deal with Leeds signed in January, and indicating there exactly why they are so keen to keep him at Headingley.
Well, the Rhinos have really worked for this try. They might well have got the look going that way, but there's no look about this. Beautiful reach back from Nikolai Oletsky. One arm, the pass is behind him, he has to collect the pass, deal with the defenders in front of him. He's got 3 blokes on top of him, keeps those legs pumping, and on the line is a try.
That's good skill, that, from the big front rower. He's a big, powerful lad with an awful lot going for him. The go forward from the Rhinos gets him into that position. Then Brad Dwyer then just gets up, plays what's in front of him and gives the ball off to Oletsky.
Well, he was with England Knights in Papua New Guinea last autumn. He's only 20 years of age, massive future. Lola here adds the extras this time, and Leeds are ahead by 22 points to 10, and Leeds 22 points have come in 24 minutes. We had 10 in 10 from Saints. We've got 22 in 24 from Leeds. The turnaround has been incredible.
We've seen this, haven't we, with champion sides scoring in blasts. Casper did it a couple of years ago. Don't forget, last week Leeds scored 26 points in 24 minutes. When they're hot, they really are hot.
Well, half-time's beckoning, 2.5 minutes away. Leeds with Cuthbertson have the ball in hand. Warrington ahead at Huddersfield now 16-4. Huddersfield struggling at the foot of the table. Dwyer is having quite a night.
He just spots it, doesn't he? He can spot where the defender's running out of the line and where that space is, where he needs to get to.
Oh, Oletsky this time has dropped it.
Oh, a little tip on and from Cuthbertson. Oletsky can't take it.
Now then, this is a chance for Saints to get themselves back in the hunt.
And I agree, Eddie, it's a big defensive set this for Leeds Rhinos. Going in front, going in at half-time, 12 points up or 6 points up.
Get back when you banged in, boys.
And the coach, Dave Ferner, will be pleased by the way that they've responded from the start. They've reacted.
Time back on, he was in. Let's get heads in, please.
And he said from game one, all he wants to see, game after game, is improvement every week. Well, he's certainly got that.
Matty Lees was the man right in the face of Nikolai Oletsky, 2 young bucks of the game. Head-to-head there. And this is why Saints have got the ball.
We're on that Papua New Guinea tour, the England Knights. I'm sure will really have improved the players' experience.
This is Lomax, pulled down by Singleton. Roby scampers in at dummy half, gives it then to Paulo. Paulo gets it away to Lees again. Roby back in at dummy half, directing the traffic, giving it to Theo Farge. He finds Zebtea. Zebtea's a big man, and he gets the ball away, but that's a gift for Lola here.
Well, he positioned himself right, didn't he, Lola here? He knows that Zebtea is one of the best offloaders in a Saints jersey. And you can see when where he is, gets himself there ready for that offload, knowing that's going to be coming.
3, move, hold, go.
Half-time in Huddersfield. Huddersfield 4, Warrington 16. Half-time is 40 seconds away here at St Helens, and Leeds with a 22-10 advantage. They must love coming to St Helens when Saints have started the season with all guns blazing. They ended their unbeaten start last year. They're doing their level best to end their 100% unbeaten start in 2019 as well. And Myler knows we're close to half-time, tries to get the kick away, but it's picked up by Lachlan Coote. This is maybe Saints' last throw of the dice in the first half. Maybe they'll just have one more play, and here we go. And it's with Alex Walmsley. That's not the best. David Ferner's men started poorly. They were 10-0 down after 10 minutes to Justin Holbrook. St Helens, courtesy of the Farge try and the Lomax try and the personal goal. But then this fellow, Conrad Horrell, got going with the rest of them. Watkins, Horrell, Handley and Oletsky. 4 tries between the 12th and 26th minute, 22 points in all, and Leeds turned round with a 12-point advantage. No wonder they're smiling as they leave the field. They weren't smiling after 10 minutes. I said at the start of the match, this game is usually compelling entertainment. We've got another one. We've got a boiler here. Half-time, Leeds ahead. little bit of magic.
My name is Liv. I'm a virtual ambassador for Renault Kadjar, created to experience real emotions, to explore, to feel. Strong, powerful. While everyone is trying to live in the virtual world, I'm making it in the real one. You should try it. Get into the real world with new Renault Kadjar from only £199 a month.
Everyone in the surgical department, please raise your hands. You're all fired. Oh, I am serious.
I'll break the system.
We all feel like the system is too big to change. We are the system. We need to change. Just tell me what your patients need. I don't care if the board said no. Let's get into some trouble. Let's be doctors again.
Stay still, because I can't get in. All right, yeah. Please. There we go. Okay, ready? Yeah, yeah. Right, go on. Good luck.
Like getting your money's worth? Then enjoy a freshly prepared 99p mayo chicken, part of the McDonald's Saver menu.
I've got a mum friend.
Oh, a mum friend. Yeah, well, if...
Oh, have you? Oh, she's kept that quiet, hasn't she? Where did you find him? Well, I met him at the golf club the day we were going to play golf.
And you're happy together?
Yeah, because he doesn't live with me.
Let's, and everybody!
Big game today, eh? If you like a bet, check this out.
Log on to the Ladbrokes app and you'll get a completely free £1 bet to use on this massive sporting weekend.
That's wicked. No, this is wicked, mate. I fancied a walk anyway.
Ladbrokes, where the nation plays! The Terminator, week by week, built the T-800, the killing machine that defined a generation. Easy to build with high-quality metal components. You can control sound, lights, articulated limbs, and LED eyes. And explore the Terminator universe. Build the Terminator. Issue 1, just $199.
Ready, Freddie?
Let's do it.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Available now in Sky Store.
I will give you $10 million to take my husband out on your boat and drop him in the ocean for the sharks.
Serenity in cinemas and on Sky Cinema March 1st.
The stage is set. Wembley, ready and waiting. This isn't for fear, doubts or past reflections.
It is a rout.
This is for now, to rise up to all expectations.
Side by side in the most famous arena in football.
Chelsea revenge or more City domination. Time to step forward, be counted.
Talk about the man for the occasion.
And deliver on the biggest of stages. The Carabao Cup final, Sunday, live on Sky Sports Football.
It's gone back to Richardson. Richardson with the drop goal. He's kicked it!
Well, we've got a big game tomorrow as Tottenham come to town to take on Burnley, 11:30 a.m. Sky Sports Premier League. Same channel, 1 p.m. on Super Sunday. It's Man United Liverpool. Right, there's one other game on tonight from the Betfred Super League. Warrington, who have lost the last 5 games at the John Smith Stadium, have a 16-4 half-time lead. Ryan Atkins and Josh Charnley with a double. Stephen Ratchford with a penalty as well gave the Wolves a 16-0 lead until Jermaine McGilvery, in his return from injury, scored with just a couple of minutes left in that first half to give Huddersfield some hope at half-time. We are at the Totally Wicked Stadium, St Helens. Well, they led 10-0 and looked good for it with under 10 minutes gone on the clock. And how Leeds have roared back. 22-10 they lead. Conrad Hurrell causing all sorts of difficulty to St Helens' right edge defence. Well, one of the stats stands out remarkably. 170 tackles made by St Helens give an indication of the defending they have had to do. Leeds with just 107 defensive efforts acquired of them. That the standout figure from the half-time stats. Well, Justin Holbrook said during the week, we don't want to give them freedom to play. We want to slow down their quick style of play. Well, for the first 10 minutes, it looked like they were doing just that and looked very confident themselves with the ball. Of course, they lost Kevin DeGrama early to an eye injury within the first couple of minutes of the game. But after that, it was all the Leeds Rhinos. Dave Ferner said the victory over Salford had given his side confidence, had given him confidence in what they've been practicing training, and what they had done with only a degree of success in their opening 2 games. Well, it's Leeds Rhinos half, there's no doubt about that. All right, we can go to John Wells to get his take on that. And it was a game, John, in which St Helens early on dominated the Leeds Rhinos.
Yeah, as you said, Brian, 10-0 up and looked very, very good for it in the early stages of that first half. I'm going to take you to one element of the preparation that St Helens have made in doing their video reviews, looking at what they face in opposition. Just take you through this now. Early exchanges, this is all in the first 10 or 15 minutes of the game. And it's St Helens working to an edge of the field. They're working to a particular area. They want to try and tie up Callum Watkins, the centre. They want to try and put some pressure in and around this man. Why? Because when they wrap up the centre, you'll see Tuilola here sitting on a short side, no line speed, not interested in defending, very, very easy meters from St Helens. Yes, there's some great build-up play from the likes of Tommy Makinson, Luke Thompson, and Regan Grace, but still, again, you look at that, making Tuilola here go round the corner and then taking easy meters when available. They scored early through Farge, then Lomax's try, which was down this particular edge. Look, even from yardage again, last example for you, Tuilola here sitting on a short side, and then there they go, they're taking easy meters when available. Game plan stuff, researched, looked for and got, but for all that, 22 unanswered points by the Leeds Rhinos, showing an endeavour epitomised by Brad Dwyer. He's about to go into the base of the ruck here. Just have a look at how quickly he fights to get to, shows and goes, how quickly he fights to get to his feet here. What you've also got, unfortunately, is Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook, not a centre, playing in the centre. Those decisions that you have to make as an outside back are split-second decisions, and you do not get the chance to do that. He's not got experience in that position, and he's slow there to have a look at where his opposition centre was. He lost him on the outside. He lost Conrad Hall on the outside. So what I will say in summary, the best half of football we've seen so far this season. Edge of your seat stuff, lean-in football, if you like. But certainly evidence there of what Saints intended to do, what they did very, very well in the opening exchanges of this first half, but also maybe the confidence that the Leeds Rhinos have got with that first win of the season last week against the Salford Red Devils, really showing St Helens here and taking to St Helens and showing them what they can do as well.
Interesting you say that, John. Trent Merrin said, let's start against Saints as we ended against Salford. They didn't do that, but they certainly ended the first 40 minutes, Sam Tompkins, who joins us in studio here, as they played against the Salford side. It's a really difficult first half to try and assess because of the varying qualities from both sides. Saints were the most magnificent of starts.
Yeah, the first 20 was all about St Helens. They were dominant. They were unlucky not to be more points ahead really than 10, and then the second half, once Leeds had got a sniff and they got the ball, they just turned it around. The first try is a scrappy one, but you create your own luck there. You put yourself in the right position, you spend enough time down that end of the field and you will score. St Helens, they've obviously got threats all over. Someone like this fella, he looks like Usain Bolt going down there. He's that fast, and we've got to make sure that he gets defended here, but that's the damage is already done. The defence is all scrambled, and then they get given an opportunity to go over again.
8 minutes on the clock, they're 10-0 up. It's all looking good. It's going to be a St Helens whitewash, not a bit of it. Leeds came back, and how they've come back, it does look like the Leeds Rhinos of old.
It was like they got this one try from Callum Watkins, and then they grew another leg, and they threw the ball about. They get the ball to Conrad Hall, should be the game plan every time for Leeds. He's that big, he's that strong, and
he's subtle with his hands.
He is, yeah, because he's causing runs like this and getting over the line. But later on, when he gets the ball, he's got an option. He has to pass the ball. He's got a flick on the forward pass, I think that was. But he showed on this one that it's not all about just bumping over people. There's a bit of subtle skill there that's not easy to do.
And a bit of brute force from the Leeds Rhinos as well, as Mikolaj Ledski leans back, grabs a ball from Brad Dwyer and goes over right beneath this post, and that was converted, of course, 22-10 to the Leeds Rhinos. Dave Ferner, no doubt, sitting pretty at half-time. He'll be sitting and emphasising what we've worked on has now clicked. What does Justin Holbrook say?
He's got to say, go back to how you started the game. They can't go out and start chasing this game from the kick-off now. You know, they're a few points behind. They've got to go out and build back into this game, get in an arm wrestle, and do what they did for the first 12, 15 minutes. They were really, really dominant. The challenge is go out and do that for 40 minutes.
Can they do it? Can they claw it back? How does the second half go?
It depends. I think it's on how Leeds come out the second half. If Leeds come out and they're expansive and they play with the ball like they just did then, and Tuilol here gets his hands on the ball and he kicks well, I think they're too far ahead. But if Saints come out and do what they did that first 10 minutes for 40, then that's the only chance they've got.
Well, thanks very much, Sam. They've said it's a new era at St Helens. If they come here, or at Leeds Rhinos, I should say, if they come here to St Helens and come away with a victory, you can be sure that new era has started, and started in style. They got a very comfortable half-time lead, 22 points to 10 against last year's league leaders. The Leeds Rhinos are on the rise. Justin Holbrook and his side have 40 minutes to rescue this match. Second half with Eddie and the boys on the way.
That was an absolute wicked kick, that.
Sky Broadband has introduced a Fibre Max speed guarantee, so you can push our fastest speeds to the max. Stream your favourite shows. Share with friends and family. Set your new high score. Like, swipe, scroll, tag, tweet, repeat. And if your speeds don't live up to our guarantee in the first 30 days, we'll give you your money back. Search Sky Broadband to find out more.
The game can be tough on skin. 48-hour protection, quarter moisturiser for comfort. From the passes, to the tackles, to the team talks. New Dove Men Plus Care Sport Active and Fresh. Powerful performance, easy on skin.
You don't mind if I put the radio on, do you? See what the team is? Come on, Tom.
We did it right today, didn't we?
Don't get left behind. New Toyota Corolla self-charging hybrid.
Join Bet365 and discover the power of the world's favourite online betting company. Instant match updates, in-depth analysis, live streaming. The Bet365 app is so advanced, it will blow your mind. Now please, gamble responsibly.
Battleship Bismarck. Build one of the most powerful battleships of all time with lights, sound and motion. Battleship Bismarck. Issue 1, just $1.99.
Are you sure that's going to help there, buddy?
Trust me, I drive better this way.
Brace yourselves free.
Suspension's lifted.
You being deployed?
Malaysia.
Your people lost a nuke?
This is Russian business, not yours. We're on this.
You're on it quietly. Looking for a stolen nuclear missile.
We will not start a war over this. Love, you really don't know us, do you?
Brand new Strike Back Silent War starts Thursday at 9 on Sky 1.
Man United v Liverpool. Red Rivalry. Part of a great weekend of football. Live on Sky Sports Premier League.
Brown misses it. Going over the top.
So here we go. Look out! This is incredible! They're going to go over again! Oh, yes! Sam Burgess up the middle. Widham's away. The straight run. Josh Bridget! Goodness gracious me! That's extraordinary attacking footy! What a play! Here they come! Wow, how pretty is that? That
The NRL is back live on Sky Sports and only on Sky Sports again in 2019. Thursday the 14th of March, Friday the 15th, Sunday the 17th. Big kickoff. Storm Broncos, Roosters Rabbitohs, Titans Raiders. They're the times. They're all live right here on Sky Sports. Right, second half's about to get underway. Saints trailing by 12 points. Will attack from right to left towards the stand and the posts behind which the supporters are all massed. And they almost got away with it at the kickoff there, but Conrad Horrell dropped on to the ball as it bounced awkwardly. I'm sure that Justin Holbrook will be demanding a little bit extra from his players in this second half. Bright start, and then it all went horribly wrong, but you have to credit Leeds for the way they battled their way back into this match. Remember, the two sides losing players to injury in the first half, and having to carry on now with reduced interchange. Jack Walker brought down by Paulo, Joseph Paulo, and this is Lola here. Hoists a high kick. Regan Grace underneath it. And Tom Briscoe just drags him and pushes him over the line. One-on-one, that's allowed.
You know, Eddie, when you turn up and you're playing against the team that are red hot like Saints, you've got to make sure that you outplay your opposite. Everyone's been talking about Regan Grace the last couple of years since he burst onto the scene, and Tom Briscoe has certainly showed up well. He stood him up early in the first half. He's come up with that defensive win. The likes of Brad Dwyer as well, playing against James Roby. Playing against the best players drives you on. And certainly the efforts from that man in this game have been there for all to see.
Can Leeds capitalise on that great work defensively from Tom Briscoe? This is Ferris. Saints suddenly have to do a little bit more defending and close to their own line. As Dwyer goes wide, Horrell picks it up off his toes, does really well. Farge gets hold of him, can't get him down, gives it to Dwyer. Cuthbertson will drive it in, and he will be halted by those three. Still 10 metres away. Brad Dwyer, third start in a row, trying to dance his way through, gets to within a metre or so. Cuthbertson waits at dummy half, fires the pass to Myler. He then gives it to Lola here. Lola here helps it on to Walker. Walker gives it to Watkins. Goal line. Go. Briscoe waits. Runs laterally. It's tracked down by Lomax. Last one coming up here for Leeds. It's Myler. Floated kick to the in-goal area or thereabouts. Well claimed by McCarthy Scarsbrook.
It's good urgency from St Helens. Under pressure near their own line, getting off that line and making sure Leeds Rhinos don't have things all their own way.
Huddersfield battling back in their home match against Warrington. They were trailing 16-12 at half-time, first to score in the second half. Who's going to be first to score here at St Helens? We've had 3 minutes of the second half. And Leeds were exerting the pressure, but now it's Saints trying to get the ball away from their own line, but a good set defensively from Leeds so far. Zebtea, though, gets away from a couple, gets the ball away. It's knocked forward off the legs by Leeds, and they're back to zero, Saints, in the tackle camp. Referee wipes it clear. So it's going from end to end, this. It's a great contest as Leeds takes it forward. Tackled by his opposite number, Oledzki. Paulo. Another solid carry to the 20-metre line. Roby there. Walmsley will be first receiver. Will he? No, it is Farge, who finds Lomax. Back it comes to Coote. Good ball to Percival. Good tackle by Watkins. Percival not tackled properly. Coote gets it away to Taya. Leeds defence standing firm. Taya gets through. There's enough in numbers, though, there to bring him down. And that's a great run, a great pass, and a great try, I think. And it's big Alex Walmsley. Well, it could have been up the other end of the field. Leeds celebrating. As it is, St Helens get over the line and reduce the deficit. First try of the season for Alex Walmsley. Missed the bulk of last year, very much on the comeback trail now, after breaking a bone in his neck against Warrington. Modern medicine, eh?
Doubled up the
set to 6 there. You can see that the ball was offloaded, the ball was kicked forward, and a bit of deception from James Roby. When he gets up from dummy half, he gets the attention of the markers, and Alex Walmsley, the big frame that he is, he's more or less impossible to stop. Look, defenders can't get forward. He's 6'6", gets over the top, big powerful charge.
I love watching plays like that. Ruck plays close to the line, right out of the Kieran Cunningham playbook was that one by James Roby.
Walmsley first try of the season for him. More importantly, the deficit could be one converted try in a moment, as Percival is right under the sticks. And as the crowd sing when the Saints go marching in, the Saints have marched in, and it's 16-22. Half-time news. Angela.
Well, two differing assessments of the 20-minute periods in that first half, as you can imagine, from these two coaches. Justin Holbrook, he said, all went well in that first half, that first 20 minutes, but then they started to give Leeds far too many opportunities. Sounds simple to say it, but this half is all about taking their opportunities like they just did and making some of them, making them all for themselves, and don't give Leeds the space to play. Now, Dave Furner says, well, don't play the first 20 minutes of this half like they did the first half. Really poor, he said, we played. They poured through our middle, and we've got to close up those middle sections. We've got to make sure that we come out in this first half firing. Not going well so far.
No, they've conceded the first try. They might have been celebrating the first try after that great tackle by Briscoe on Regan Grace, but Saints can spring from defence to attack, and that's exactly what they're trying to do here. With the new centre, Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook, Kevin Nagama off with concussion problems, and Stevie Ward absent for the rest of the match, we believe, with a knee injury for Leeds. Here goes Roby, here's the try scorer, Walmsley, gets it away to Lomax. Lomax changes the direction slightly and then comes back the same way. Last tackle coming up here for the Saints this set. Lachlan Coote attacking the line, gives it to Farge. Dwyer stands his ground.
He opens it up, I think, when you're looking at Lola here, over on Leeds' right-hand side, continuously he starts backing off, and Lachlan Coote recognises that. You can see he goes and look, he's backing off to number 6, and then he links up, makes it a really hard job for Jack Walker.
He's expecting an inside defender to come somewhere, possibly been involved in that tackle, a late retreater, but he can't assume anything. Saints have started well, good defence, good attack, asking questions.
This is Hanley now for Leeds. And the big fellow, Helens, look at him. How difficult is he to put down?
Imagine him in 4 or 5 years when he's in his pomp heady.
Just a baby, that's the frightening thing.
Oh, Conrad Horrell, another one. Tough to put down. Well done, Theo Farge. Done a hell of a job tonight, Theo Farge. He's doing it okay at the moment, though.
Well, that's a great kick.
That's a great kick. Lachlan Coote, though, doesn't he do well? Doesn't Lachlan Coote do well? Oh, there's a problem there.
Richie Marlin is who's stayed down, clutching. He was holding his knee then.
There was a collision after the kick. I think Brad Singleton involved in it, trying to make that tackle on Lachlan Coote, who does really well. Limping away, Richie Myler had a good first 40.
He gets the penalty with the lift of the ankle by Brad Ferris.
And he gets that Walmsley because of the force of his carry, his urgency to play the ball, and sometimes the technicalities of a team's game plan isn't as important as the attitude to implement it.
Would you also say because of forward and pass to him, Barry? Forwards passing to forwards means that you get one-on-one tackle. Here's the run where he gets out to the in-goal area. Great kick by Ash Handley. Fantastic kick from the left winger. You see the bang on his leg there. But forwards passing to forwards makes it even harder for defenders. Penalty as a result, Saints in attack.
With Theo Farge, short ball to Joseph Paulo. 9 metres shy of the line. Roby looking both ways. Gives it to Matty Lees. Matty Lees thinking whatever Oletsky can do, maybe I can do. But those three stopped him. And Roby will fire the pass to Theo Farge again. Little drop of the shoulder from Farge, little dummy. Oletsky doing well. Singleton helping out. Here's Walmsley looking for a second try. Straight at Myler, remember he was injured. Great run from Walmsley! And Walmsley gets his second in about 2 or 3 minutes, or has he? Only need the grounding checking, but there's no doubt in big Alex Walmsley's mind. He doesn't score a heap of tries. He might have got 2 in 5 minutes here.
Well, when he gets this ball, I'm sure Justin Holbrook's thinking it's gone to the wrong man. And Alex Walmsley looks up, he sees Richie Myler in front of him, and he thinks, right, he's having it. He gets over the line, grounds this ball here.
There it is, it's on the line.
He's a big, powerful man, isn't he, Alex Walmsley? Good to see him back in Super League after that shocking injury last year.
And the position of this try, Saints are going to be level in a couple of moments, because this is going to get the green light. There you go. Alex Walmsley. 2 tries in the second half. Saints will be level in the opening 10 minutes. A carbon copy of the first half.
And let's give him credit. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, Alex Walmsley. We saw the injury to Richie Myler after that kick and chase. He comes back, finds a smaller man, but also a wounded and vulnerable player in Richie Myler, and runs right over the top of him. Great work from the big man.
It's going to be hard for him to find a big man, isn't it? Someone the size of him on the field, picking out Richie Myler. No contest. And you can see what it means to the coach, Justin Holbrook and Sean Long.
Mark Percival to try and add the extras. And he got 2, did Alex Walmsley, in Justin Holbrook's first ever game in the Magic against Hull in Newcastle 2017. He's repeated the dose in 2019. He's missed as Mark Percival. They're not level. Anguish on the face of Walmsley. David Furness Leeds still just ahead.
Well, the Saints, they went fast and hard at the start of this game. They've done the same in the second half. And it was Jack Walker's kick-off, if you remember. That actually turned the game in that first period. Mark Percival couldn't take it in. What can he do with this one? It's high, it's swirling, and it's in no man's land. Who'd come for it?
Percival does this time, pouches it safely. Sutcliffe is there. Singleton's there. Watkins there. Eventually, they get Mark Percival to the ground.
Go on, straight out, Liam. Go work to the front.
Are we on the way to a golden point finish?
Let's hope so. This has been an outstanding game.
Well, I wonder what the odds will be, because the last draw between these two, December the 8th, 1985, 12 all at Knowsley Road.
Yeah, they did have a draw, didn't they, over in Leeds at Helens?
Yeah, they did.
About 3 times in my lifetime, Eddie, so I think we've got odds out that great time approaching 50. Doesn't happen very often, but here's the coot again.
8 all in 1991 at Leeds, that was.
Go last.
The last time they met was 23-22. It doesn't get close to the goal.
Did Hurrell get somebody late then? No.
It was okay, it was Theo Fies. Hurrell was putting pressure on. Look at the line speed, look at the line speed now from Saints. Matty Lee's leading the charge, making it difficult.
No, he wasn't late, was he? He was committed to the challenge.
Double substitution here for Leeds now. Recognise they need a boost. Merrin and Petru on the field. And their forwards as powerful and aggressive as the Saints. That's what they need now.
I think Cuthbertson's one of the men that's come off. Leeds have looked different class when he has been on, obviously taking a breather. And here they come with Lola here. Tips it inside to Walker. He spins away from one challenge, gives it to Myler. Seems to be okay despite the collision earlier. Ferris is not the kicker normally, and that's probably the reason why.
I mean, that's a real poor end to the set there. David Furman will be sending the message down that our key men, the likes of Lola here, he chose to run it over on the right-hand side. Then Richie Myler had an opportunity to kick it when the ball went back towards the centre field. But they chose to shift the ball over to the left, and that's what it means. He knows you're gifting those meters, 30 meters to your opponents. You can't do that against Saints. A couple of drives here, and Saints will be in Leeds' half.
Dave Furner, the head coach, will forever be remembered as being a member of the Leeds Rhinos team that ended a 32-year wait for the title in 2004 when he won a grand final with the team against Bradford. It would be an historic win for him in his first season if he got back to Old Trafford in 2019 and did same again. They're certainly contenders, but this is a penalty to St Helens. Merrin all over the top.
Well, the opening 13 minutes in the second half totally belongs to Saints. They come out with a different attitude, Playing the ball quick, getting through the sets, playing it down there Leeds is like Justin Holbrook.
What are we doing? 2 minutes.
He was sending out the message that he wants to go for 2 points yet.
That's respect, isn't it?
It might also be with a little nod to the conversion that was missed.
Throughout the last 3 or 4 sets,
Yeah, this will level things
saying
up.
we've got to respond.
Maybe Justin fancies a golden point finish.
Well, look, have they changed the goal kicker here? Is it Coote?
Yeah, Lachlan Coote looks like he's taken the kicking tee this time. He has.
We saw the referee, Robert Higgs. We just picked it up on our mics. We're able to listen to the referees during the game. He's been chirped at all evening by the Leeds players. While Saints in this second half have had that momentum, Rhinos players in the ear of the referees turned around and said, look, I'm having none of it. Get on with the game.
Still, Brad, please. The line's good. Yeah, the line's good.
So Lachlan Coote try and level the scores at 22 apiece. He hasn't. Well, will goal kicking be a problem for St Helens in 2019?
Well, for the Leeds playing,
It's a great question. It's a great question. Warrington have suffered from it in previous seasons. Saints here now in the season. I don't think Mark Percival's ever really looked comfortable. Danny Richardson, although he kicked a lot of goals, Eddie, his strike rate, his success rate was only average, about 75%. But clearly, though, Coote's not looked particularly strong, has he? Straight in front, 30 metres out.
And for any faults that you might think that Danny Richardson has, he kicked some goals and he dropped some goals at vital times.
Under pressure, I agree. He could handle the pressure.
Hold!
But he's not currently featuring.
He's worked hard, Walmsley.
He's lost the ball though.
He's made a mistake.
He put Brad Dwyer on his back, and then he lost the ball as he hit the ground.
Well, he runs into the smaller man as he did when he scored his try. Bumpers up, but Brad Dwyer, whilst he's falling back, just has a little tug at the ball-carrying arm. He's worked really hard, Brad Dwyer. Not used to this amount of minutes.
Shot clock's running. Wait for me to tell you, Tui, please.
So 2 tries from Alex Walmsley in that error. Just takes the pressure off
Head in, please, Deb. 10
Leeds
seconds.
Rhinos a bit.
Need a decent 10 minutes here, Leeds Rhinos, to get some energy back.
He's the man who might provide the start of a decent 10 minutes. Oh, look at that. Gets it away again to young Jack Walker. Good hit by Lomax.
The Saints just look a lot fresher because Ward had been playing the game. What can Petteru do? What can Merrin do now carrying the ball forward? But again, look at that, it's dominant defence.
Hold now, wait. Hold. Go.
Lola here. Turns the ball back on the inside.
Hold.
And Walensky to his feet, plays it to Dwyer. Merrin. 3 bring him down.
Get square, Morgan.
4 tackles gone.
Go 4.
Myler. Walensky.
Last move, Alex. Get square.
Last tackle coming up here for Leeds this set.
Hold. Go. You've got
30 metres out. It's a stretch for that. Lola here did well and got the kick away. It's not a bad one either. Grace is underneath it. Grace finds the ground pretty quickly.
Very deliberate set from Leeds, all focused around the play of the ball, making players like Walmsley work a little bit harder. A sideways run from Percival, trying to gain some more metres.
Look who he runs into. Ferris, Merrin and that man Hurrell.
Dean Connie, he's had a great evening so far.
London Broncos, Castleford tomorrow, our third offering from the Betfred Super League this weekend, 5 o'clock, Sky Sports Arena. This is Makinson for St Helens, the 100% team at the top end of the table. This is Zeptea, loses in collision with Watkins. Knock on.
A loose carry from Zeptea.
Leeds celebrate the tackle.
You can see what he's trying to do. Gets inside of Lola here, gets his right hand free, trying to get rid of Callum Watkins to get through that line, knowing that there was a lot of Saints players flooding up on his inside. He's a good player, Zeptea. All his teammates know the threat, the danger he carries when he does get that arm free.
Let's get in, guys. Serious Thompson in the rucks.
Determined to go one better this year. Having lost playoff semi-finals last year to Warrington and Castleford in his last 2 seasons, his first 2 seasons in Saints colours. So near yet so far. Ferris. Lees stands his ground.
Good spot from Matty Lees to spot Brett Ferris, the charge that he wanted.
Here is Myler. Waller here gets the pass away. Sutcliffe tackled by Lomax, getting through a lot of work in the tackling department is Johnny Lomax. Now it's with Walker. Finds Watkins. Lateral run looking for the space. Can Merrin find it? Can Trent Merrin find it? He nearly did. Kyle Amor's out there. He got the tackle in. Myler short ball. Ferris ambushed. Ambushed by those two. McCarthy, Scarsbrook and Lomax. So Lomax all over the field tonight with his tackle. Low scudder from Myler off the boots of Roby, who picks up and begins the response.
A good reaction, wasn't it, from James Roby, knowing that it come off his chest, knowing that he had to be there. That Saints at the best on the counter. Quick play the ball. James Roby again recognising it to quick play the ball.
Now that's transition from defence to attack. Over the halfway line, fighting to play that ball quick.
Paulo gets it away to Kyle Amor.
Keep coming.
Zebtea.
Keep coming.
Roby pushes Paulo out of dummy half, gives it to Lachlan Coote, who'll attack down the left side. Nice kick to the in-goal area. He might have a bit too much on it, but Leeds weren't taking any chances. Pressure, pressure.
Well, you've got to play every single play, haven't you, Eddie? And again, Lachlan Coote, when he comes across the back and he goes down that short side, he gets the correct kick away. There's no panic. He knows that he is under pressure from the inside defence, but he gets the kick what he wants.
Well, you know, the St Helens coach, Justin Roberts, been quoted several times, talking about Lachlan Coote's left foot kicking ability, I suppose, to kick that ball in that space on that part of the field there. It's far easier for a left footer than a right footer. And the accuracy of that kick has given them the ball back.
Remember, St Helens lost here in March last year, 28-20, but the return in June, it was 23-22 to the Saints. The first win at Leeds in 5 visits to Headingley. 1 point between them in June. What odds on that golden point tonight in the last quarter of the match here? Roby to Farge. Here's Lomax behind the runner, but collected by Makinson, who drops it under pressure, and Hurrell's got it back for Leeds.
Good pressure from Richie Myler, wasn't it?
Time off. It's come down.
St Helens haven't feed this.
Get the ball. Richie Myler doing an awful lot of work to try and force the mistake. Have a little look at this.
Eddie, I think Conrad Hurrell, while he's trying to pick the ball up, there's the little knock-on.
Really? But it's a second one. It's a second one. He fumbles it backwards first, and then he pulls it back towards himself. So after this, there.
Well spotted, Stu.
Spotted it.
Why didn't you take up the whistle, Stuart?
Too late.
Move now. Hold.
Terry's nodding.
Go on.
Not that he should take up the whistle, but it's too late. This is Amor. The bus has left for O'Connor as well. Here is Roby. Now it's with Farge. Coote, quick hands. McCarthy, Scarsbrook trying to wrestle himself away from Ash Handley. Roby again finds Paulo. Here is Thompson. And to get through this defence, he has done. Luke Thompson! Oh, how about that? From the big prop forward. Delight on his face. Luke Thompson. In the 2018 World 13, Luke Thompson, the England international. 130 St Helens appearances now. And that's a priceless 4 points. They get the lead back again for the first time since the 10th minute.
Leeds Rhinos under pressure. Richie Myler doing everything to get the ball back. But Conrad Hurrell couldn't take it in. And I was a big fan of it, Luke Thompson. Last year they had an awful lot of pressure on his shoulders because Alex Walmsley wasn't playing. But just look how athletic he is here. Good footwork, good strength. 4 forwards, Eddie, have scored tonight. You've got Alex Walmsley with 2. You've got Luke Thompson. I think those 2 players in particular have been very good going forward. And you've got Oledzki. Quality player from a quality player.
Celebrating in front of his own supporters, and Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook is never shy to celebrate either. They're persevering with Lachlan Coote. Only 10 goals in his entire NRL career. There's 1/10 of them for Saints. 26-22. This ain't over yet, fellas.
Here's the knock-on, isn't it? Conrad Hurrell on a second occasion pulls it forward. The officials see it. And Saints have learned. They listen to the message from half-time. They have to take the chances. It's looked like Ben Barber going through here from last season. 4 men he beats, pushes them all away. Poor defence there from the Rhinos. They've been better at scoring tries this season. But they're certainly leaking too many here to give themselves a chance.
He's a big thing, though, isn't he, Luke Thompson? He is a big lad to try and pull down when he's at full pelt like that.
It's not just the size of him. It's not the size, it's the ferocity he runs.
Cameron Smith's out there now, by the way. Brad Dwyer's taking a breather after over an hour's hard work. Warrington stretching the lead at Huddersfield.
2, move back here. Hold.
Oh, Brad Dwyer's still out there. Thought I saw him come off.
3, move now, Trent. Keep coming to me. Go
Trying to check who Cameron Smith has come on for.
I don't know whether Brett Ferry's picked up a knock or a bump. Try and see whether he's still on the field for Leeds.
This is Zebtea. There is Smith anyway. He's definitely on, 22. First Ferris as well. He's still out there. Come on.
Aletsky came off.
Well done, Phil. Oh, what a good take. What a good hit. Timed to perfection, Percival. Briscoe. Walker in a dummy half. Handling.
They're like they need a penalty here. Leeds Rhinos.
Need a step off you, Joe.
Cameron Smith there trying to give some impact from the bench, but it seems all about Saints at the minute.
Hold. Go 4.
I think they've been guilty.
Oh, Dwyer's lost it. Oh, it was stolen, says the referee. Play on. Here goes Walker. Walker gets the ball away. Good job that Zebtea came in to bring Lola here down from behind. Watkins, dummy half. Smith again. Will trundle it forward. Fresh legs.
2, move Joe back to me.
How do they create the ball here for Conrad Hurrell? They're in a great position. And to the right on this occasion.
Lola here and he gets it away.
Move, Luke. Hit your goal line. Go 3.
Chances here. Briscoe gets it away to Liam Sutcliffe. Saints so far defending stoutly. Can they hold them out for 2 more tackles? Myler gives it to Walker. Exciting player. Tackled by an exciting player. Morgan Knowles, 2 great youngsters. There's Myler. Up, and Hurrell was just a little bit too... thinking of the word, over-enthusiastic.
Ambitious.
Well, that'll do.
Hey, if you get the ball back, don't worry. It's gone for the legs. Knock on from St Helens according to the referee.
You're right, Phil.
This is the Saints. This is Leeds' time here now. It's their chance. In the last 14 minutes, they might not get many opportunities to get the ball. 6 players so close to opponents' lines, where most tries come in rugby league.
Well, St Helens and Makinson doesn't agree with the call from the touch judge.
Goal line, Saints.
He wants him back on the goal line while this scrum is formed 10 metres out. So here is Lola here. Sutcliffe.
1, move Joe. Goal line.
Dwyer waits.
Go 1.
9 out. Centre field. Merrin keeping the edge going. Saints getting him down.
Line, hold. Go
Dwyer,
ball,
Smith's on his inside, gives it instead to Myler. He finds Lola here. He gives it to Walker. This is Watkins. Good tackle by Percival. Quick play the ball though. Briscoe, Walker. Walker saw something.
4, move, line, go 4.
Dwyer. Long pass to Myler. Myler changes the direction quickly, gives it back to Merrin. Merrin smuggles the ball back here to Cameron Smith. He gets it away to Dwyer. Dwyer finds Ferris. Saints' white line of defence stands firm.
What defence from St Helens. Nobody panicking, just keeping the shape.
Last one here, Myler. Looks for Briscoe out wide, looks for Watkins out wide. They came back off the fingertips of somebody. And I think it's a knock-on by Leeds.
Good build-up play, good defence as well from Saints. Leeds Rhinos were throwing absolutely everything. The movement in Holbrook's men wasn't, weren't they?
The movement from right to left, back to the middle, offloads, flinging the ball back, trying to test and challenge Saints, but they were up to the mark. Now it's their time and their turn to run with the ball. Good carry from Peru.
Good match, and it's there for the winning in the next 12 minutes. Here is Regan Grace. Justin Holbrook, 54 games, 41 wins, 13 defeats. The 43-year-old knows his team fell short when it mattered, despite finishing top of the pile last year, 6 points clear of the field. Looking here to put this game to bed. Taya with a good run. Lomax almost got in his way then. This is Roby. Lachlan Coote, now it's Lomax. Walker gets the ball away from him. And Leeds survive another raid. Trailing by 4.
This is a real contest, isn't it? Saints have had probably the first and third quarter the best go at this game with 10 minutes to go. Still anybody's game on the scoreboard. Saints continue to break the line. Leeds continue to get bodies in front. And then when Saints are under pressure, they have to do the defensive work. They're up to the mark as well.
Steps through Theo Farge. He can't get away from Makinson and Dom Peru. It's Myler now. Peteru trampling all over the Saints players as he tries to make progress on tackle 5. The last one coming up here. Lola here humps it high. Grace underneath it. Leeds Toronto on Sunday from the Betfred Championship, 3 o'clock, Sky Sports Arena. Toronto, like Saints, unbeaten at the start of the season. This is Percival. Roby waiting at dummy half for St Helens. Farge gets it away to McCarthy Scarsbrook. Tackled by Myler.
10 minutes to go now, Eddie. This is going to be a real test for Leeds Rhinos, just to see exactly how fit they are. Seems like we've been watching the majority of the game down there in Leeds' half.
Morgan Knowles to Lomax. Taya, Percival. Good hands. Regan Grace had just overrun it. It's a defensive win for Leeds. No, it's a mistake by Saints, but St Helens trying to force the issue.
Tom Briscoe it was who come in, forces that mistake. Good build-up play from Johnny Lomax as well to find that space, find his teammates to try and get that man away and support the ball carrier. That's what Saints have been good at in the second half. The speed of which they've played the ball. The amount of times that they're running at the defensive line with someone pushing up into that next hole, which is making it difficult for the Rhinos defenders.
It's deadlock at the minute, isn't it? Both sides committed defensively, asking questions when they've got the ball. We've seen a couple of missed chances, missed conversions.
Dwyer just inside his own half of the field. Cuthbertson's back to try and lend a bit of weight to this big finish that Leeds are looking for. Dwyer goes to the left-hand side. He finds Myler. Myler. And Lola here. Drags Watkins back into it. Dwyer quickly in again at dummy half. Gets it away to Cuthbertson.
Got to follow him when he gets his arms free. Find the energy to stay around the ball carrier.
22 metres away. They're going left-hand side again with Myler. Myler gives it to Hurrell. St Helens supporters' hearts must be in their mouth when he gets it 10 metres away.
Look who next to tackle, though. James Roby.
Myler floats the kick wide, looking for Watkins again. Oh, that's a knock-on by Saints.
Play on.
It could be a try. It could be a try for Cuthbertson, this. This could level it up.
I have got turnover in possession, and I have no try.
On the field.
Well, I thought it was play on here. When he gets the ball down, Adam Cuthbertson thought it was clean. There's a contest in the air.
Maybe.
There's a contest in the air. It looks like they're all onside. Richie Myler puts it in the spot he's put it all evening. Callum Watkins gets up, as he's done a couple of times this evening. He passes the ball or pats the ball back.
I'm with you, Barry. I think this is a try, this.
Well, you got a knock on there by Mark Percival. That's the first thing that's been noted. That's come off Mark Percival.
Is there a knock on?
And then you've got a knock on by Williams.
Yeah, there you go.
So I think this will be no try confirmed, and the restart will be a scrum.
With head and feet to Leeds.
Head and feet to Leeds.
Sutcliffe, just couldn't quite get that business end to end this game.
Good positioning by the referees, right in the pocket.
No, it's going to be a red light, but Leeds will be able to exert more pressure from the scrum feed, which we believe they're going to get.
No try. 2-0 forward the first one. Shot clock on, scrum down, Leeds head and feet.
Yes, Leeds get head and feet.
Now Saints will be tested defensively.
Shot clock is running.
Been exceptional on the goal line in this second half.
Let's get it.
Look for a long shift there and give Conrad Huddle the ball, try and line him up against Theo Thies. And well, that's the reaction from Justin Holbrook from that decision.
So here we go. Leeds in possession, and it's with Lola here. It's now with Huddle, bounce through one. What a big hit that was from Peru.
Tommy Wilkinson tried to knock him backwards. That's the most ambitious tackle I've seen in my life.
Peteru for Leeds. They're using the big men to try and batter their way through this St Helens defence. Dwyer is there. Looping pass to Myler. Back it comes to Smith. Here is Lola here! And Lola here gets over. Lola here gets over this time, but again, Chris Kendall staying by. Another big decision coming up here, and another no try on the field. Doesn't believe the ball has hit the floor.
Well, he's improving every game, isn't he, Lola here? And you want to see him take on the defence like this. Saints were struggling over on the right-hand side. Look, he gets through Percival, gets through Lomax. Can he get the ball down? You can see Mark Percival trying absolutely everything. His shoulders underneath that ball.
Don't forget, it's no try on the field. The video referee has to have concrete proof that he can overturn this decision.
Well, it's going to be difficult to get it from that angle. Lola here gets over. Mark Percival does a tremendous job to clamp that ball, gets underneath the ball. Have a little look at his energy here, have a little look at his effort.
Look at Percival underneath.
Yeah, slides underneath. That's a big effort. Tries everything to sell it to the referee. Robert Hicks does.
I think the ball's on Percival's shoulder.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Stuart?
Well, there's nothing there that has given us anything different than the referees give us on the field. There's no try, and that's why his decision is crucial. You can't see any part of that ball on the ground there, so I don't see they can award this try unless we see something different from this angle.
We've already looked at this angle, and there's nothing there. Chris Kendall being asked to
There's the ball. There's the ball up on the top of Mark Percival.
Wonderful goal line defence.
Lola here knows as well. He's lined up 10 metres from the try line. He knows he's not going to be awarded this.
Well, Lola here is waiting to take the conversion, but the conversion is not going to be taken. Because he's got the red light.
No try. He's lost the ball. It's a 20-metre restart. Time off.
He said that he's lost the ball. He let go of the ball after he's claiming a try, and therefore it's a knock-on.
Let's go of the ball. It's therefore a knock-on and a 20-metre restart.
Because he lets go of the ball, it's a 20-metre restart.
That was the sell, wasn't it, from him? He released the ball because he was trying to sell it to the referee, but he scored the try. Look at him, just gets up, leaves it on Percival. Yep, scored it, don't need to do anything else.
Well, he should have held on to it.
Exactly.
Amor. The old adage in any sport, play to the whistle.
One. Move now. Hold. Go on.
Roby then for St Helens. Couple of scares.
Surrender. Stand now. Go two.
Couple of tight decisions from the video referee Chris Kendall. From Thompson. Was that a use of the forearm though?
I'm going to say no, Eddie. That's just beautiful stuff, that from the front row.
now.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Go four.
Cooch. Thompson again. Last tackle for St Helens. Down the left-hand side they come with Lachlan Cooch. Flicks the pass back to Lomax. Lomax to win it for St. Helens. Lomax gets the try right behind the sticks. Second try for Lomax. Not given. Not given. Not given. What's the decision there? They're trying the field, but there is a question mark maybe about obstruction.
Well, there were bodies all over the field, wasn't there?
Well, we've had 2 no tries at one end. Is this another one at the other end for Saints in the last couple of minutes?
Watch Johnny Lomax, he's behind with the head guard, gets the offload there. Zeb Taylor and Cameron Smith collide. There is contact made under the letter of the law. The same player still is in a position to make that tackle.
It's obstruction, isn't it? It's a penalty.
Well, it's Chris Campbell's view that matters.
That's what the referee has gone with.
I've been watching the game for 50 years. That's obstruction.
He touches in there.
But Taylor's in the defensive line, and we've seen it that the way they look at it now, if a defender's in the defensive line, he's blocked his movement, and he comes around that defender as well as he's trying to readjust. So I think this try will be disallowed for obstruction.
So now Leeds have had the great escape. That's 2-1. And those decisions in the last 5 minutes show you just how desperate these two sides are to win. Justin Holbrook plainly disagrees, but there was contact. And his man was in the defensive line. There's Zeb Taylor. 3 in from the right-hand side of your screen. There's the contact with Cameron Smith. No try. Penalty.
But you've been calling for golden point, Eddie.
Yeah.
Since we kicked off, haven't you, in round 1? Could this be the game that they get it?
Well, if Leeds score way out, they miss the conversion, we just might. Warrington have won at Huddersfield 32-20, so Huddersfield's agony goes on. Leeds haven't scored a single point in this second half. They need to score 4 at least in the last 5 minutes. This is Myler, gets it away to Lola here. Conrad Horrell.
Good defence, Theo Fage.
He'll be black and blue tonight, Theo Fage. And Conrad Horrell has stayed on the floor.
He's knocked his knees together. In the second half, particularly, Theo Fage. They're offloading the ball at will now.
Yeah, they're taking the chances. They know the match has got to be won one way or another. This is Dwyer. Now it's with Myler. High and to the left-hand side from Myler. Claimed over on that far side. Again, they keep it going. Lola here. They're on the last tackle, remember. Lola here is running the wrong way. Lola here tips it inside to Cuthbertson. Still the last. Cuthbertson scruffily finds Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe keeps it going. Oh, and then Amor knocks on.
Kyle Amor, he was in the right place, but he can't take this ball in. Look, he's facing Leeds' line. He knocks the ball on. What an end we've got here to this game. Well, just over 4 minutes. Lola here struggling. Looks like he's got cramp. David Furner, well, he knows the second half has not been what he wanted.
Amor is taken from the field after that knock-on. And Matty Lees will come on for the last 4 minutes. Lola here, meanwhile. And the fact that he's on the deck means that the shot clock does not start.
Well, the top teams, if you watch sport, the top teams find a way in the final few minutes. Sometimes in football it's in extra time. Of finding a way over the line or put the ball in the back of the net. Can Leeds do it here now? Have they managed to rebuild after a disastrous year last year? Richard Miles under pressure here now. There's no time for any set pattern players. They've just got to come up with some magic and get over the line.
This is Petteru. Goes down on the second tackle, 22 metres out. Milo will attack the line. Thought about the short pass to Ferris, thought better of it. Took the tackle.
Go 3.
There's the ball to Smith. It's Ferris. Oh, knock on. Leeds. Oh, the referee says it was a Saints hand. Play on. Play on with Sutcliffe.
Oh, he changed his mind here.
Hey, first knock on. Sorry, I misheard what he said. Knock on. It's come down.
It was an offload from Trent Berry. And if Turner feels that there was a St Helens hand, Trent Merrin's asking the question. We'll get another look at it.
The referee owned up to he misheard the call from the sideline, and I think there might have been a fingertip from Morgan Knowles.
Yeah, there's two knock-ons. Well, first one was off St Helens.
Yeah, Morgan Knowles knocks it forward.
You see a bit on this shot here, look, you can see it makes a play for it, changes the direction in the air.
And then Cameron Smith knocks it on, but it should still have been Leeds head and feed. And he cannot believe what's gone on.
You've got two desperate teams, and you two passionate coaches. This isn't just about two competition points.
It isn't. That's a good run from Matty Leeds.
A top-class game, this.
Look out, here he comes again. Luke Thompson tried to knock them out of the way like skittles.
Chewing up these meters.
Morgan Knowles, back it comes to Theo Farr, short ball.
Last move,
Good tackle low down by Myler. Last one coming up here. Going down the short side. And picked up by Conrad Hurrell.
He needed to have a go at that. There was a ricochet off a Rhinos player. With a long way to go upfield now, Leeds. They've got to try and find an offload, find some meters, and St Helens have got to keep the composure, got to keep the concentration and discipline in defence.
Remember, it was a zero tackle that started off all this. So we've got one extra chance of Leeds. Away goes Smith. Stopped by Taylor, gets the offload away to Dwyer. He spreads it to try and find a hole in this St Helens defence. Here is Brett Ferris. Theo Farge has done wonderfully well all night. Big Mikolaj Lenski. Another good defensive effort from Luke Thompson. Myler.
It's been good for St Helens the first 10 or 15 minutes, and in the second half when they needed to respond, St Helens one step forward.
Claimed by Lachlan Coote. Saints, with a minute and a half remaining, will surely just do nothing silly in this set. No need to. They are the team that are ahead. Leeds are trying to play catch-up.
Well, if anyone's got a shot in the Leeds jersey, you need to get off the line now and try and dislodge that ball.
Here goes Percival. So near yet so far for Leeds. Contentious decision towards the end of this match, robbing them of head and feet on the Saints line. Here's Roby. Roby gets it away to Lomax. Good tackling by Cameron Smith. Last one. The referee says play on. He's not tackled. Well, now he is. So last one here. Last one here.
Drop goal.
On for a drop goal. He's kicked it too. It's Roby. And Roby's drop goal with 30 seconds remaining has won this match for St Helens. Their 100% record is intact.
I don't think anyone expected that. It wasn't the most glamorous of drop goals from James Roby, but it certainly counts, doesn't it?
Short kick-off from Myler, last throw of the dice. Farge is underneath it. And he's also underneath Brett Ferris. Some brave performances on both sides tonight.
Some quality efforts, and I'm sure he's there for it.
First drop goal, by the way, of James Roby's long and illustrious career. What a night to score it. You've got about 10 seconds. Who's naming man of the match tonight? Terence.
Could have gone with Conrad Hurrell, Brad Dwyer, Tom Briscoe, Johnny Osborne. I'm going with the two-try machine, Alex Walmsley.
Alex Walmsley, 2 tries from him, and the Betfred man of the match award. More importantly, for Justin Holbrook and the Saints, this 100% start carries on after intense pressure from Leeds. Leeds robbed them of their winning start in 2018. They've fallen just short here tonight. Remember, video referee decisions playing an enormous part in the last 10 minutes of this match. 2 going against one team, 1 going against another. A contentious call from the on-field officials that should really have allowed Leeds head and feet at the scrum under Saints' posts. Saints got the feed, went up the other end, and that man, James Roby, came up remarkably with the first drop goal of his incredible, illustrious, glorious career. And Saints remain unbeaten.
Well, 4 stars, aren't they? And to come back from that, especially the way that Leeds Rhinos were playing in the first half, incredible. You look through the stats and you look at the players who've done some big efforts, big minutes. James Roby, 38 tackles, but Morgan Knowles never gets a lot of plaudits, but 50 tackles he made in that contest. Dave Ferner will travel back to Leeds, but he'll know that he's really happy with what he's seen from his team. Really had to dig deep from the start that they had, conceding 2 tries in the opening 8 minutes, but up against the Saints side that are full of champions, full of winners, Eddie.
Yes, the unbeaten start goes on, and I always have a fear when we have 2 prop forwards formerly on the judging panel, we get a man of the match from the front row, but he deserves it tonight in bundles, Angela. Alex Walmsley is the Betfred man of the match.
He does indeed, and there's your salver to go. 2 tries and a heck of a tackling effort as well. You must have enjoyed being on that pitch when the final whistle went anyway.
Yeah, no, we believed in the end. We did it tough, we really did. Credit to Leeds, you know, they had a bit of a shaky start to this season and they had a good result Sunday, so we were expecting a tough match and they gave us that, so delighted with the win.
We really had to dig deep in that first half and in the second half especially, but to keep them pointless as well in that second half must be very satisfying.
It's something we pride ourselves on, our defence, and especially our goal line D was a bit shaky at the back end of that first half in his defence, but you know, to keep a champion side like Leeds to 0 in the second half, it just shows the credit what the boys are doing, all the hard work that we're doing off the field and on the field, so that's a good 2 points for us.
It must have taken some words at half-time as well, because they scored a few tries in succession. You were really fighting against it in that first half, but came out firing.
We knew we was in it. At no time did we doubt ourselves we won't get the win. We knew if we got back to our processes and got back to what we do best, we'd be in with for sure. And yeah, no, there was some big efforts from us all. I thought Tommy Mack was outstanding from the back, and as a pack, I was really proud of our pack tonight. They really got us going, and yeah, you know, if we can keep them sort of efforts and pick up our ball control a little bit, I reckon we'll do all right this year.
You've had some fantastic wins over the years. How does this one rate, especially how tight it was in that first half?
Any win against Leeds is massive. You know, they're a champion side, like I've already said, so honestly, I don't keep repeating it, but we had to lie with them 2 points. They're going to put us in good stead now.
Beaten an Asian cheque for £250. Where's it going to go, Alex?
It's going to go to Chris Carvey for his treatment for cancer.
Good luck, and thank you very much for that. Congratulations. We've got Conrad Hurrell now. Conrad, you got over for a try and you worked your blood to water really there, but didn't get the result in the end.
Yeah, obviously, it's always a tough game against these guys. Obviously, they have a good start for the year, and we know it's going to be a tough game tonight. But we gave it all. We gave it our all tonight. Heads up for the boys for coming back, but silly errors, silly mistakes that get them into the game again, and we're going to work on that for next week. You can't give that away to a great team like that. So yeah.
You put them under pressure near the end though, and a couple of decisions that might have gone your way but didn't.
Yeah, just like we always try to take away the decisions from the referee. We've got to do what we can work on. It's like those little passes, the errors and stuff like that. If we work on what we need to work on, we would have been all right. But like I said before, I love playing with the boys. Obviously, we don't get a good start, but we're getting there. We're heading the right direction, but hopefully we'll get a win next week. So yeah.
Just talking about that start, it didn't go too well, did the first couple of games. You couldn't get the balls to stick to hand. You couldn't end your sets. It feels like it's coming together, even though you didn't get the loss tonight.
Yeah, obviously it's a whole new team, it's a whole new club at the moment. But when we get there, obviously, new gameplay with Dave Ferner and staff. We just got to have faith in it. We've got to stick to it for the whole 80 minutes. And I guess if we stick to it, keep working on it, we'll be all right. So yeah.
You're a bit of a fan's favourite already. They're loving you at Leeds.
Oh, I love here, man. It's a great atmosphere. Our both fans have been amazing tonight. Obviously, big up to Leeds to travel all the way up here. We love the fans and we love you all. So yeah.
And it's delightful to watch you. Thanks for your time, Conrad. We've got Justin Holbrook. Justin, you said at half-time, very simple message. We've just got to take our opportunities when we can, and you did.
Yeah, well, it was a strange game, wasn't it? I felt we were on top early in the first half, and then Leeds dominated the rest of that half, and then, you know, we had to fight pretty hard in that second half, and, you know, really happy to come away with a win tonight.
A lot of scrambling defence as well there at the end, and some decisions did go your way.
Yeah, that's right. We had to scramble hard. Johnny a bit unlucky with that. I thought that's a dead try, and one last night was a try. So, you know, but in the end, you know, it was a great effort from the position we were in at half-time to keep them scoreless in the second half after how much energy we'd burnt with how well they played is huge credit to our players.
I can still hear the crowd clapping. I mean, they must have really enjoyed that in the crowd. Did you enjoy that in the end?
In the end, yeah, only when the hurdle went. Outside of that, it was a difficult one. As I said, a weird game, but, credit to the players. You've got to win all different fashions. In the first couple of games, we've sort of been in control, and tonight it flipped on its head, and, full credit to them to be able to win that game tonight.
Only 3 games in, but what does this mean to beat Leeds and to stay unbeaten so far this season?
Oh, it means a lot, especially having a week off so early is a bit of an awkward one. So to sort of get the job done tonight, I'm very happy.
You can't really count your chickens too early in the season, and you're the first person who would admit that, knowing what happened last season.
Thanks for reminding me.
Thanks for your time, Justin.
Cheers, thanks, Aza.
We've got James Roby, the captain, coming in now. James, the drop goal hero. Didn't need it really, but you got it.
I thought that, to be honest, when I kicked it. I don't know if it was the right thing to do or not, because obviously I'd probably give them a chance to regain the ball on the short kick-off, but I've done it, first one in my career, so I'll take that.
First one in your career, and there'll be lots more after that, do you think?
Oh, I don't know about that. I didn't hit it so sweetly, but just nice to get the win. I think it was a really tough game, and second half in particular, the way we kind of turned it round, just got back to basics, carried the ball hard, and we got our rewards in the end.
So what was the key really to listening at half-time and coming out and putting on that performance?
Yeah, well, I think the first 20 minutes of the game we were good, weren't we? We kind of in control, and Leeds are a dangerous team. You give them chances, they're going to score points, and they did that, and we kind of got a little bit, lost our way a little bit for the back end of that first half, and so we talked about that, just get back to the way we play, get back to completing our sets, if you like, and limiting their opportunities, and we did that really well. And
losing Kevin Nakama could have thrown you off your game to start with, but you managed to regroup, and after that period where Leeds scored try after try, you came out and gave it the right attitude.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, the right attitude is probably key. Kevin, we've seen at half-time, he seemed okay, so hopefully, fingers crossed, there's nothing too serious. But yeah, it's like you said, right attitude, second half, got back, rolled our sleeves up, hard work paid off.
Hard work and teamwork as well. You really do work as a unit here.
Yeah, well, it's obviously team sport, and we can't do anything on our own, and we kind of all get our individual joy, if you like, through the efforts of those around us. So it's very much key to the way we play. We kind of help each other out, and a lot of things that we do that go unnoticed by the general public, but we pick them up in video by ourselves. So very keen on our work ethic, and tonight, second half, we obviously did that.
Congratulations, thanks for a great game.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, nobody would ever question the work ethic of that man, James Roby, as influential as ever in a game that St Helens may scratch their heads and wonder how they won. They trailed 22-10 at half-time. Fantastic start to the second half with a couple of tries from Alex Walmsley and followed up by a Luke Thompson try. 27-22 in the end, of course, James Roby with that drop goal. Right, let's have a look at the full-time match stats. Remember, at half-time, there's 170 tackles made by St Helens and about 100 for Leeds. Well, that sort of continued in the second half. More defensive work for St Helens, and they did it very well. They'll bemoan, though, a completion rate of 55%. Leeds 66%, only marginally better. All right, let's go to John Wells for a game breaker in what was perhaps the most exciting game so far from the Betfred Super League, John.
It was the most exciting, was the best quality game so far in Super League, and it was typified by the shutout of the Leeds Rhinos by St Helens in this second 40 minutes. They scored 17 unanswered points, started on the 45th minute with Alex Walmsley underneath the sticks, and then 4 minutes later, crabbing across the back of the ruck. More on this guy in a minute. Scores his second of the night on just his third game back. 20 points to 22, still behind at this point, just after the hour mark. Luke Thompson, another of a fantastic packed performance, crosses. That puts St Helens into a lead that they'd not held since the 22nd minute. And then some late drama with Cuthbertson's try being chalked off. And Leeds throwing absolutely everything at St Helens at that point. Percival, adjudged to have held Tuilola here up. And some great work again from St Helens. This one chalked off for obstruction. Correct decision in my opinion. The final score of the game, as we've heard from Angela in his interview with James Roby, the first of his career from the boot, 27 points to 22. Justin Holbrook will be particularly pleased with the scoreboard. My game breaker. And it's probably worth stopping and going, Alex Walmsley gets the game breaker. It was a fantastic pack performance. Luke Thompson was exceptional. James Roby was exceptional. Matty Lees, when he came on, did a great stunt. But it's worth pausing and reflecting on the year that this man has had. He scored 2 tries in 4 minutes, which really turned the tide on a game. But that's not the story. The journey he's taken from March last year, when he suffered that spinal injury against Warrington, he sat out 29 matches. And you've got to think about what he went through mentally, what the team's done in support and getting him back on the field from a physiological point of view, but also the support of his family and his friends and his teammates. I think the story is as engaging as the net result this evening, which is 2 tries at 2 opportune moments, 5 minutes after the break, when they were trailing by 12 points and were looking down the barrel of a gun, actually. The Leeds Rhinos performing exceptionally well. And then 4 minutes later, another try out of nothing. Just the power on the man and the determination. And sometimes, you know, it takes a setback and a knock in your career, Brian, for you to realise what you have got and the potential you have got in front of you. It's a short career, and boys, Alex Walmsley making the most of it. What a fantastic story. What a fantastic game.
Yeah, thanks very much, John. You're absolutely right. Brilliant to see Alex Walmsley back on the field. No doubt Justin Holbrook and the Saints players will feel the same. What we're going to do, John, in the company of Phil Clark and Sam Tompkins here in studio, is look at that first Alex Walmsley try, but look at the build-up to it in particular, because it wasn't just the fact that Alex scored. The real part of that play came down the other end of the field with a Lachlan Coote piece of work, bringing the ball back out of his own in-goal area.
Yeah, I think it was Ash Hanley put a kick in, and it lands deep in the in-goal, and the Leeds kick chase just wasn't quite up to it.
Gave up on the kick.
And they didn't have much faith in the kick. You know, there's not much of a chase here. He's only got to beat one man, and he gets out the in-goal. You know, that's the 6 points up there, Leeds. They go half the way up the field. They give a silly penalty away. You know, I think that was play 4. They kick it into to get down the other end of the field, and then Walmsley goes through and scores his second try. Now, the difference between being 6 points up and kicking a ball 3 inches off the dead ball line to within a minute you're back on your own end and you're being run over by Alex Walmsley. I think it was giving up on that kick chase was costly.
I mean, they're a fantastic team, St Helens, but 12 points, if Leeds had been first to score in that second half, extending a 12-point lead might have been too much for Saints, so it was a crucial play and a crucial score so early in the second half, Phil.
I agree. It was a great game, wasn't it? We've had almost 50 points end to end. I mean, there was quite a long game, I suppose, with the number of times it went to the video ref, but still there was excitement and drama. Then when these two sides meet, you invariably get a quality thriller. And, you know, I mean, drop goal last year, 5 points this year, they pushed one another very hard. I was surprised that St Helens were so relieved at the end to win that game. They were nowhere near as good as what we saw them at the start of last year.
Boys, can we mark the Leeds Rhinos down as back? Is this a new Leeds Rhinos side? If they can perform like that in St Helens, can the Leeds Rhinos fans watching this game be satisfied that this is indeed a new and competitive side?
Potentially, but they lifted in games against St Helens last season. In fact, you know, they lost by the drop goal at home. They were